Hi, my name's Paul Ryder and you're watching Toffee TV.
Hello, welcome to Toffee TV. It feels like it's been ages, Baz, since we've done anything.
Oh God.
Baz is not very well. We're going to have to be gentle with him. Keep the noise down, he's not very well.
No, but just meant after that Arsenal game.
Yeah. We've had to go through the international week, on Easter week. So we all had time off and no footy, apart from a few friendlies on the telly, which was great.
I watched MLS, didn't watch any international rubbish.
MLS is the future.
Yeah.
It does not stop for international breaks, except there's only about 3 games.
Yeah.
Let's get into this. Manchester United away on Sunday. We've come off the back of that defeat to Arsenal. You've got that out the system yet? Is that out the system? No? See, I've literally just sort of forgotten about it. Like, literally just gone, you know what? I am just going to have a week off Everton.
Yeah.
Just get it out the system. Detox.
No, it's out the system that way, but it's when you think of the game and I just keep having flashbacks to how disorganised we were in that second half, and it was terrifying. It wasn't just the rubbish, it was the fact that no one knew where they were playing. That's what scared me more than anything, and then we've had all the other stuff that goes with Everton.
We've had a lot of other stuff. We'll probably talk about that in another video. Manchester United away, I'm not really that daunted by the whole thing, and I don't mean that in a like, it's Old Trafford, yeah, but they're not the best Man United side, we're not the best Everton side, but away from home, obviously we've got a half decent record. It's not as good as the record everyone tries to make it out it is. We've lost one, but we've drawn a hell of a lot away. But we do play a style, I think, away from home that is a lot more suited to the players we've got.
Yeah.
There you go.
I think we have been better away from home this season, haven't we? You're right, we haven't, when you hear that one defeat, you think, God, they must have some away record. The reality is, I think we've won 5 games, which isn't very good.
But the performances have been better. Stoke, Southampton, really good performances.
Even though one at the start, first away game.
No, I'm just saying.
We haven't been able. The big thing is we haven't been able to roll them out, have we? That's been a problem for us. But in general, we probably have performed.
I think we've had a lot better performances as well. That didn't result in wins.
I think
Bournemouth, Chelsea.
But I can't look. I can't look at them in any positive light because we blew the both of them in the 98th minute. I think the thing about it is, why Everton is suited with that away performance is because we bored the life out of everybody. So. Not what we do, because we do it at home. So we take all the momentum out the game at home, that's why we struggled. But away from home, because we knock it around, we take the momentum, we take the steam out of it away. That makes the home crowd get restless and a little bit bored. It makes the game flat, and then we use our counter-attacking ability then. And the onus isn't on us, is it? And that kind of suits us. But I'll be watching this one very interestingly because, like you say, that last 45 minutes of the Arsenal game was terrifying for me.
There's also probably going to need some big performances from some players who are big players, or think they're big players, or need to be big players for different people.
Or big mouths.
Yeah. I mean, again, yeah. Look out for our tactics show where we'll be going through the team. What Baz wants. This is bad. I'm just here as it.
I just took over.
He took over.
I just took over from Martinez for this.
But someone like John Stones needs a big game to get himself.
Needs to play, doesn't he?
He needs to play. I think a lot of us want him to play, want him to get through this period. Because I think you look at the other night playing for England. He makes that one mistake and people jump all over it. He needs to get rid of all them as quick as he can, but it's very clear Roy Hodgson wants him to play, I think, for England. So I think he needs to start upping his game for everyone, basically, for everyone. So he's one. I mean, Romelu Lukaku's another one who, if you're going to say things, you're going to have to back it up and start putting the performances. And I do believe that 90% of the time he does. But when he has those 10% games, they're not very good. And he admits that himself.
But I think the problem for Romelu Lukaku this season is when he's shot his mouth off in the week, he's generally followed it up with his worst performances of the season. Talk about West Brom at home, talk about Arsenal at home. The week's building up, he was telling everyone about taking pictures and everything else. And then he followed it up with his mind. He followed it up with not anything, well, he might have been, he's always on Snapchat. He followed it up with not very good performances, whereas for the majority of the season he's been brilliant. Scored a lot of goals for us. This has been a particularly difficult week, I think, to be an Evertonian. We'll talk on a different thing, because, but I've got a different view.
Well, I wouldn't say hard. I think...
I said difficult.
Same thing. I think I'll use the word sobering. That.
Well, like I said, we'll probably have totally different views on it.
No, I think we do. I think ultimately, I think we have the same, but you know, just coming from different angles. Like a lot of things. I think it'd be crap if we agreed.
I think to be honest with you, I think he'll have a good game against.
Well,
it's about putting the mark.
What do you think about? What do you think about? I mean, Man United. I mean, what do you think? Where do you think we can hurt them? And you know, because let's be honest, it's not. I'm not scared of going there. I mean, last season we were really unlucky. I mean, I've done a preview with United People TV. The thing that just coming to me was that De Gea save. I watched that. And every time I watch it, I still think it's going in, even now.
It's an unbelievable save.
It's one of the.
And he is unbelievable.
It's one of the. I think it's one of the best saves I've ever seen in my life, because when Oviedo takes the shot, and don't forget this is like a worldy shot as well. This is like one in a million shots. There's over there somewhere. He's not even in the shot.
It's it. Yeah. It's when you look at it from behind the goal. It's a goal, isn't it? I remember Neville Southall making one years ago at Coventry from Greg Downs. The week after we bought Cotty, and he scored that against Newcastle, we went to Coventry and won 1-0. Cotty scored again, and they battered us that day. Killed Klein, Southall saved the penalty, and Greg Downs hit this free kick, and Southall's out of shot, and as he hits it, he puts his hands up because it's in, and then this hand comes from nowhere and tips it over the bar. It was unbelievable, and that De Gea save was very similar. As you're looking behind the goal, when Oviedo hits it, it's a goal. It's postage stamp, and then this hand comes and rescues United. And he's their best player in terms of the world class element. United over the past years going there is terrifying, wasn't it? You know, and I think obviously when Alex Ferguson left, a lot of intimidation left, a lot of the aura around United left. That's coincided with them having a particularly rocky spell. Having a rocky spell. I think Van Gaal's done them no favours. I think he's been terrible for them. He's been, you know, you haven't got you associate Manchester United with fast flowing attacking football, knocking it round, stretching you all the time. You're always on your guard. When you watch them lately, it's very workman-like. They're just a different United, and one of the reasons why I think Everton can do them some damage. Saying that, probably on that day were probably the best side to come to Goodison this season.
Yeah, well, yeah, I mean...
how it worked out, whether Everton were that poor or they were that great,
thought...
They didn't give us a sniff.
Well, I thought at Goodison Park, Louis van Gaal schooled Martinez. Absolutely schooled him. It was a tactical masterclass. He played
Pereira was fantastic.
He played 3 centre midfielders who just broke everything up, and then I think they had Martial on one side, they had... who was it they had on the other side? The other fast.
Lingard come on at half time, didn't he?
Yeah.
He lost. Was it one match that he lost at half time? Lingard come on stretches.
And then they had obviously Rooney up front, and they just broke the play up in midfield because we were broke it up and just went bang, and they just did the damage, and it was just great football, and it wasn't special. It was just really, really good. But, you know,
I thought that day, like you say, I thought they were probably.
I thought they would win the league after that day.
I thought they were the best. They're the best side for me. That's come to Goodison this season. So on that day, it hasn't panned out everywhere.
Well, we seen them at the Etihad a couple of weeks ago as well. Obviously, getting an early goal, Rashford, and then they defended quite well. Didn't really give Man City too many clear-cut opportunities. So I think for this one, it's going to be an early goal. Would be massive from either side. I think it really would. You know, Sam from United People TV was telling me how boring it has been, where, you know, teams get people behind the ball and just stagnate United, and they just can't break them down. They just don't have enough good players like that. You know, they have a lot of players, like we were just saying there, who can hit you on the break. So I think if we can play on the break ourselves, invite them on a little bit. I think we can do damage.
Definitely Everton on the day have got the players to hurt anybody. We've said that all season, haven't we? It just hasn't been our day very often this season. You know, Lukaku's got 25 goals. He can hurt you. Delafeu can come off the bench. I'd like him to start. He can do damage. Aaron Lennon's in good form. You know, they're players who can cause you problems. Ross Barkley, you know, can cause United problems. But at the other end, they've got players. You know, Rashford looks incredible talent, doesn't he, at the moment? Martial can do you damage. You know, so they've got players as well who can hurt you. So, like you say, I think the first goal might be the key to it.
Yeah. Prediction?
2-2.
That's what I went for. 2-2.
I think it'll be 2-2.
I'm going for 2-2 as well. Don't forget, keep your eyes open for the Tactics show. That'll be coming out. We'll be naming our starting 11 or Baz's starting 11. What he wants, what Baz wants. I've sort of agreed with him. He's sick. Couldn't be bothered with the arguments. What we'd like, well, it is what we'd probably like to see from the team, so keep it out for that. Keep it out with preview on United People TV with me and Sam from that side, and the weekend they're on Ball Street as well. Keep it out for that. Don't forget, keep subscribing. Let's get us to the 8, the 9, the 10
and beyond.
Make us professionals. That's what we want. We're on Twitter at Toffee TV. We're on Snap. We're all over Snapchat at the moment.
You are?
Well, I am. He doesn't even know what it is. He's got one of those phones now with the really big buttons, so he can, you know. So we're on Snapchat, Toffee TV, 1878 on that. We're on Facebook as well. Get the likes going on the Facebook. There's not enough likes. We're going to start hitting Facebook big time soon. Big time. We're going to start hitting that. It's from a film. Everything, you know, everything goes back to films. We're on, it's facebook.com/Toffee TV EFC. Get the likes up, we're gonna be across everything. It's not just a YouTube thing, it's an everything thing. If something gets invented, we're gonna be on it. That's just the way it is. It's annoying, I know, but I don't like my job. So make sure.
It makes me ill.
There you go. We'll be back soon on Toffee TV. See you then.